Alright, this is a test. My name's Michelle, and I play Army Mech 1 on Last Day on Earth. People were asking about what my base looked like, so here is what I have. If you look outside, I have 4 bait boxes for the raiders. That way nobody has to use C4, and I just tend to put junk in them when I don't need things, and, eventually people pick it up or they don't. I don't know. But the raiders seem to like them. I have 2 extra generators that I've picked up from other bases, and I have an engine that I found out in, I think this one came from the Oak Red Zone, but because it only gives aluminum, it's not the blue one that gives the engine port, so I just stuck it out here to help anybody that might come across it. I tend to fill stuff up, but with the whole last update where they broke the rating system, I haven't really worked on them. But when I do put stuff in the bait boxes, I tend to stick a half-broken Glock in, along with 8 weapon parts in the bait box, so there's something to entice people with. And I tend to just stick it in that one. So, I'm not going to give you 9. I'm going to give you 8. Yeah, screw that up. There we go. So, 8 weapon parts and a half-broken Glock. And let me put the rest of this junk away. This is where I keep my water bottles, because I do use water when I farm red zones, because you don't always get what you need out there. I usually take 3 with me, and I keep the empty water bottles for raiding so I can steal gas from choppers when they're available. This is where I keep most of my SWAT gear. This is where I keep all my vehicle parts that I keep. I don't keep any of the zombie truck things or whatever. I tend to recycle them. So I just fill it up. This is part of my gun collection. I don't really have a use for miniguns. I don't like how long it takes to spool up, and I don't like how slow it is to walk around and stuff. I tend to move guns around. I take my full 9mm Glocks and take them over to the oak farming zones. So I'm gonna go put that over in these weapon chests. So I have them. Ooh, yeah, and this is where I also store the things that I want to take to the bunker. There's a nice modified Glock with the kilometer sight. I use him on the fenced-in Frenzied Giant in the 3rd floor last area. What else do I have? Okay, I showed you the vehicle parts. This is where I keep my raiding junk. Lots of med kits. I usually take 2 C4, 5 iron hatchets, 5 regular hatchets, 5 med kits, and 5 carrots, along with some silenced weapons when I raid, along with the 20 water bottles. Over here is more SWAT armor, and I also actually have a fur armor set, but I actually haven't gone to the copper zone to farm yet, because I really haven't seen a good video on that. I also have 2 other generators sitting out here. I don't keep them out there. I kind of just let them hang out there. I also keep my tactical gear here, the full ones. This safe keeps my extra military backpack. I also have a dual Beretta in there. I also stock up my steel plates and aluminum plates in here so they don't get stolen. I also have some safes down here that I actually did buy. A snorkel mask, 2 flare guns, another Beretta, a fishing rod, things that I've gotten from raids and stuff. And a Zulu card. I actually killed the big one out in, which one was it? It was the red log zone. He was stuck on a telephone pole, and I actually just pulled out all my weapons that I had in my little inbox here, and you know, just went to town on him because he was stuck and couldn't kill me. So I got a Zulu card from that. And an extra electronic circuit because I've used the other ones I've gotten. A scar that I got from a floppy box. I'm gonna die really quick because I'm starving and hungry and thirsty, and I don't waste food if I don't have to, so I just kill myself and I get my stuff back and keep playing. This takes a minute. No, I don't want to buy food. That's why I kill myself, so I can save it. And just pick up all my junk, take all, equip my stuff. What do I want to do? I need to clean out my shit. Oops, sorry, I guess I shouldn't curse on this. So I showed you that, that. This is where I keep, like, the bauxite. I pay off the raiders with bauxite a lot, sometimes air filters. And just, I keep some spare bolts and scrap metal in here in case I need them for something. I use beer cans a lot in the recycler. It levels up the recycler's other category really well. And the empty cans do too. You get a chance for aluminum bars from both of them. And with the next expansion, I'm hoping the new materials with the titanium will come out, so I can use that. And I keep the cards, because you can recycle them for plastic parts. I showed you that one. This is where I keep batteries, phones, cameras, watches, things like that. I don't know why I have those in there. I don't use the flashlights. Locks are good for the other category. So, ooh, I got 3. What did I recycle? Oh, it was cameras. I recycled cameras, and I got 15 cameras. Gave me 3 electronic circuit parts. Why did I keep the flashlights in there? Oh, I guess they gave aluminum too, but they're kind of junky chances. What is it, 5%? Yeah, 5% on those. Well, I might keep them if I run out of other stuff, but I'm not really impressed. Let's put the watch away, the batteries. I tend to put in the stuff when I'm going to be gone a long time, like when I sleep or whatever. Like, I'll put in the batteries right now. Sure, why not? They have the best chance for copper. This is where I keep my extra pieces, so I can recycle the guns eventually. I don't want to get rid of the chopper pieces. I really don't. But they are in the recycling bin. These saw blades are really good for chances at titanium, or not titanium, steel bars. So I stick them over here. And with mechanics maxed out, I get a 15% chance at a steel bar with them. But they take an hour, so I tend to stick them in at work between breaks and stuff. Those will go until I run out, or I run out of space for the scrap metal, so I tend to just let them go. So yeah, those are the mechanical parts. Over here is stuff to recycle for good chance at titanium, not titanium, the steel bars again. My clothes are still only at 32%, but my steel bar percentage chance is going up, so I like that. So I tend to do those during a break because they only take 10 minutes to recycle, and then I'll put in a saw blade or something towards the end of my break, so it'll be ready when I come back. My ATV, I have everything except my engine parts. I have 36 of 200, and of course the transmission, which is not in game yet. Sad day. What am I going to put? Oh, I need to put away my electronic circuit. So apparently now I have 4 electronic circuits just sitting around doing nothing. This is where I keep my random stuff that has no real purpose in the game yet. I have a box for cigarettes. I got a box for gold bars. I don't really have anything in that yet. Box for whiskey. Over here is my bearings. Rubber. I don't have any transistors. Bolts. The wire goes over here. Let's go put those plastic pieces away. Those go in this box too. Oh, I got no more room. No. Well, crap. Maybe I'll put the plastic pieces in that empty box. Yep, that's what I'll do. Plastic pieces have a new home now. Boy, there's more room for gun parts and stuff. I like that. So these are level 3 trunks, so they got more space. And I didn't have anything in that one, so we'll put the plastics in there. What do I have? I showed you tons of just random crap. Wires. This is where I keep my tape. Tape is very important to me because I raid a lot. And this is where I put the extra trunks that the raiders tasks make me. And I level them up to level 3 eventually. This is where I keep my medicine. Bandages. I keep 60 in there for when I get that raiders task to make 20 med kits. I do have a medical table, but I haven't really used it in a long time because you get a lot of medicine, the alcohol from the Alpha Bunker raids. This is where I keep my regular carrots. I haven't made carrot stew in forever because I just pick up a stack of 20 seeds when I farm a red zone and I fill up my beds and go to town. I also pick up a lot of the baked beans from the boxes when I farm, so they've got their own box as well. Over here is a lot of paint. This box is full, so I have a run over here, along with 3 Christmas 17 patterns, and I think pretty much everything that's regularly dropped in the Alpha Bunker or when I raid. I would really like to find the flame pattern. I guess the skulls pattern is pretty cool, the military pattern, but I want to do the flame pattern and I don't want to waste my paint on anything right now. This is where I keep random parts that I pick up from AIs when I farm, or like I make extras like the woodworking bench and the medical table. Those are useful for dealers, so I keep them. I picked up an ATV from a raid. It's crazy. This I got from a raid. I don't know where the shower came from. That's kind of weird. What do I have over here? This is random gear. I keep my hat and boots in here. These are partials or things that I don't find that important that I keep in the steel room, so I use these to farm with usually. And these are my legs and chest pieces. This is where I keep extra SWAT armor that I have no room for over in the other chests. This is my regular raiding chest weapons. If I start to run low on bigger things, like I hate this can weapon, the Spike Devastator. I'll use it though when I'm out of machetes, and these I tend to use for like killing the animals for the meat for my puppies. This is where I shave up the weapons when I go farming for oak logs. I'll split my time and usually run to the yellow oak, walk to the red oak, that way I don't get the blind one as often, kill everything and farm everything in the red, and then run back to the yellow, go back to the red. I'll do that 3 times. That way I come away with a lot of oak, a lot of other experience and stuff, and it usually kills out the 15 toxic abomination tasks that the raiders give you. And I also keep extra stuff like the katanas. I use those in the Alpha Bunker exclusively, along with the saw blade maces. I don't know why I have a gas mask extra in there, but I do. And whenever I come across red tickets, I showed you that. This is where I keep all my spike traps when they make me make them for the reader. I've been saving bats and hammers because I'm looking forward to the weapons modification for whenever that comes out. So I want to try that out. So I've been hoarding those for some reason. I'm weird. Over here is my cloth and leather area. Notice I got my 2 sewing tables. Here is where I keep my rope and my hemp because you need those for making bows and boxes. I keep a lot of leather. I just make a lot. I got a lot of fox fur, a lot of level 2 cloth, and those just kind of sit and full until I got no more room for them. Over here's my wood. I'm kind of low on the oak logs right now. Ooh, I should refill those now. What does my oak look like right now? Let's process some oak. And put 20 of you away. And come out here and process some charcoal. So you put 10 pine planks in, split, 6 charcoal, and that'll make 20 charcoal. Same thing over here, got 10, 6, and as long as the game doesn't glitch, you should get 20. Sometimes you wind up with 18 charcoal and 1 plank for some reason, almost finished at like 1 or 2 seconds. Over here is my ores. I just kind of sit there with them until I get enough copper ore or bauxite to process. That doesn't have anything in it right now. I'll probably use that when we get the... Oh, I need to keep processing that. Process those wires. The wires always process better than the raw ore, so it takes less ore to make things with the wire. Got nothing going in that. I don't really want to make more iron because guess what? My iron box is full. I store lots of aluminum right now because I'm trying to save for when the titanium comes out. I don't know if I have any copper processing in here. No, but I do have a finished steel bar. Yay! And I'm going to process you in my workbench. Ta-da! There's another workbench. It's empty. Over here is my my iron plates, iron nails, 2 totally useless horse feeders, which actually came from AIs that dropped them when I was farming. Let me see how my stone is. My stone's pretty full, so I'm not going to process anything like that. Let's put the extra coal away. And that's it there. My gunsmith bench is finished. One day it will come in handy. Yes, I hope so. And my poor little acid bath that has never had a lovely box to go in it. I've been waiting for that. And my puppies! I always farm food. I always fill it up. That is my priority when I farm anything, is to keep them in food. So I've got, 51 days and 14 hours. These are my dogs right now. I am very unlucky, it seems, whenever I breed. I do have one level 4, but he's all the well-stocked kind. And the companion, which is totally useless at level 99. I keep a level 1 in there just because it gives me more chances to have foxes and turkeys and things like that. This one, rare items by 4%, yes please. It increases my puppy growth and the chance to get turkeys, foxes, things like that. These guys are kind of useless. well, the witty, but it's only 0.5%. It's terrible. So yeah. And if you look at all of my base, it's at least level 2 all the way around with spikes. And, you know, I tend to make those level 2, and I put furniture in the way so people have a hard time getting in. I do have that steel room completed. Just running into my own spikes. I like being able to heal, though. That's nice. This whole room is steel, so nobody can break into it. Currently, they're going to come out with that steel cutter one day, and then I'm going to be really sad. So yeah, lots and lots of spikes all the way around. Don't kill yourself on your own traps. Not, well, I guess I could, but not this far away. And the raiders always break in up here. They'd like to break at least one spike trap in like all, I'd say 3 or 4 of these walls up here. Sometimes they'll come and destroy the one down by my ATV, but that's it. They'll break like one wall and that'll be it. So yeah. So I keep lots of oak to keep that upgraded and stuff. So yeah, I don't know why I did this. I did one little steel entranceway that it's kind of stupid, I know. And a lot of honeycomb, so people are going to wind up wasting a lot of materials to get into my base. Although the AIs that come and raid me aren't that smart. So they tend to steal all this stuff out in these trunks. Oh, there's my blind one head. I have not gone to kill the witch. I think it's kind of worthless, so I don't waste my time on that. If she drops something other than the head to keep the zombies away, maybe, but the zombies don't really affect my base because I'm pretty, you know, stocked up on walls and stuff, so it's kind of pointless. Let's get my stuff back. Did I need to bring anything? I've already cleared Alpha Bunker. Well, let's go ahead and bring some stuff over there now. That way you can see what's in Alpha. I like the kilometer for that guy in the 3rd floor. And I'll take these guys, sure, why not? I'll leave these though. So these will be good for when I farm the oak zone. Anything there? Nah. We're pretty full on food and everything else. I don't need any gear, but I like to run around fast, so I wear my SWAT a lot when I'm just running and doing stuff. Oh, well. Nah, I don't care. So, run, because I don't like to waste fuel unless I have to. And like I said, I already cleared all of Alpha on regular and up to the blind one for 3rd floor, so I don't like to waste stuff if I don't have to. I don't see the point. Unless I got a task and I'm trying to finish it. Now that they've fixed the rating system, I might start doing more hard work just to get raiders tasks done. And okay, so here's a tip. If you starve to death up top in Alpha, you can leave your dead body as long as there's something on it, and you can store extra stuff. I got lots of extra tickets. Lots and lots of extra tickets. This is how crazy it is. I got that many tickets. I got more green there, more red and yellow there. So yeah, tons and tons of tickets. This is where I keep a lot of weapons. I partially broken Glocks that I'll use up on Frenzied Giants. I also use zip guns on the Frenzied Giants. Those are the only thing I find them really useful for when I farm and I get them. I'm like, okay, I'll take those to the Alpha Bunker and kill Frenzied Giants with them. These kilometer sights are really good for killing that third toxic spitter on the third floor from across the gangplank. And yeah, I got no room for that kilometer sight, but that's okay. I can put it on my dead body. My dead body to use at a later time. This is where I put extra crud. Over here is shotguns. Specifically, I keep 9 shotguns. And then I should have brought more bows. I try to have 11 bows at all times. I didn't have that written down on my dry erase board. So I need to bring 4 bows back with me next time. I keep a full trunk of tactical gear, full trunk of my SWAT gear. This is the trunk where I keep all my food. I keep 2 full stacks of water. I hardly ever need to bring food over here. This is how crazy it is. I haven't made carrot stew in about 3 or 4 months. They've been sitting there forever because I don't use them. I use bandages and food and water when I need them. Over here, this is where I keep katanas and machetes. And I got no room. Got no room. You can sit there. And this is where I keep my saw blades and the skull crushers, along with stop signs, because those are handy for killing those first little slow zombies on the 2nd floor, and that frenzied giant on the 2nd floor that's behind the gate. Gun oil, but I don't modify weapons. I really don't. I don't like how random it is. I tend to like to have 7 saw blade maces and 3 or 4 skull crushers to start out a run, so I need to write that down, that I need to bring another saw blade mace and like 1 or 2 more skull crushers. 2 road signs is more than enough to do a full run. Probably 1 is enough. But I put extra crap in here, that way there's more space. So yeah, if you die, if you starve to death up here on the top floor with the lockers, starve to death, you're going to show back up at your base, naked, no backpack, nothing. You drive or run back to this area, and then you can pick up anything, your backpack, whatever, and as long as you keep 1 item on your body, it will stay. I've never had this body despawn, so it's worth the extra locker space. And yeah, let's see. I think I cleared out all my chests downstairs. I tend to make extra trips and take everything home because I'm crazy. I even bring back the low-level armor and stuff to load up my vape boxes. Why not? I think they're empty. Yep. This is where I keep all this stuff to bring home. This is where I keep my armor, my food, and my med kits and things. This is where I'll keep all my weapons. That way it's easier to find. And I always sort it with the little sort button, but I emptied them all out for when I finish the run. That way it doesn't disappear. I'm actually only a level 6 reputation because I only started doing hard mode to the blind one and occasionally a full 3rd floor run. I don't know, about a month or 2 ago, maybe. I got no floppies because I use them to get the C4 when I need C4, and I used them during this whole fiasco with the broken raids. So sad day. Nothing there. So yeah, that's my base. I hope this was informative. I don't actually have as many weapons as I used to because I did just like do a lazy run and wipe through a lot of my AKs and stuff not too long ago. And with the raids being broken, I haven't been getting as much good stuff as I used to. Hopefully when I do my raid today, it'll be better. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for your time. Bye.